Yes, people, welcome back to Never a Foul Friday show. It's been a minute since we've had most of us on here. You know, late. People are going to be late as per usual, and it's not a joke. But anyways, we've got man like George in the building, Do Rag Diaries, and we've got man like Famzone D as well. What you man saying, man? It's been a minute.
Same, man. Walk on, Kaz. Walk on, Ducks.
Top of the morning to you.
I don't know why.
What did he say?
No, wait. I don't know why you responded first, because one thing we established about 6 months ago in this stream is that there's an order to speak. And the order goes by who's champion. I'm a champion.
The order was in the table. But
I'm a champion this season. So I'm the only champion on this panel. The only champion.
Hey, George,
wait, Daps, I'm sorry.
George, act like you've been here before, bro.
Yeah, I am acting like I've been here before. There is a rule.
You definitely are.
Cass, can we clarify? Is there not a way that this show runs? Does it not run this way?
But it was a league position, though.
No.
Yeah, that's where I kind of remember it.
All right. But I'm the only champion here. So technically, I'm above all you, man.
Well, actually, technically,
so how I am doing, you asked how everyone was doing. Nobody cares about how you guys doing. I'm doing great, though, people. I'm doing great. Happy.
But wait, hold on. But are you, though?
I'm doing great.
Are you, though? Because last time I checked on your video, you didn't, you had to clap up, commend Man United.
Imagine, yeah, being the only champions on the panel, yeah, and your club's in a debate about whether to sack your manager or not. That is mad.
All right.
That is mad.
Fine. But I'm still great. You see me,
what?
As you would know, Daps. You don't know currently, but you would know from your past. When you win a trophy, you don't really care about all these transfer stuff. You're not really that into it because I just won a trophy. I'm still high. I'm still in the skies, floating, bird settings.
I've been there,
I'm floating. I'm on a different plane to you guys.
That's what, George. That's what I'm saying about act like you've been here before. When you've been here before, yeah, you do care about transfers because you want to try and retain it and do the same the next season. But I get it, you haven't been here before, so you don't really know how to act.
And also, if we clarify a little,
I'm still floating where you ain't. That's my point. So
you're still floating. You're still floating in the toddler's pool in the paddling pool as well. That's the worst thing about it. You're in the
I'm floating high in the sky. Yeah, the birds, soaring.
No, you're not high in the sky.
That's what I'm on, bro.
Daps is on a private jet, and you're still on a hot air balloon.
He's on a private jet. That's cool. I'm still floating in the sky, flying. I don't need no jets. I don't need no planes. I'm flying. Yeah, the birds are flying high, and I'm leading. I'm leading right now. I'm the champion. Yeah. So when you guys talk to me, please talk to me nice. Talk to me nice.
This is what Europa League does.
You know what it is, yeah. There's a loophole. You knew that now officially the league has been reset. So that means the season's been reset.
Well, technically not, because the season starts in August. So when we could talk about the 25-26 season in August.
Well, we're talking about the 25.
That doesn't deny the fact. That doesn't deny the fact that I am still champion. Even in the 25-26 season, I am champion till I'm not champion. So
I mean, to be fair, you'll always be a champion of that tournament because I hope to God my club's never in it.
Yeah. You've never won.
So should we? So now we're gonna.
We've won the Champions League.
No, this is what I love. Yeah, cool. Now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna. If Montz was here, he could tell. Like Montz is getting Wirtz. He's getting GYOKERES. Lovely.
Are they though? Are they getting Wirtz though?
Yeah, they're gonna get him.
Yeah,
he confirmed it himself by like an idiot on the post. Anyways, they're getting Cherki. They've got the Three Musketeers: Cherki, Nori, and Reinders. We got Zubamendi, Rodrygo, Links, Sesko, maybe GYOKERES.
Cherki's a bad boy, but where is he going to play?
Probably right wing, probably, or attacking mid.
I don't know.
The majority of the time he played last year was right wing. So let
me finish. I'm getting I've got Cunha, getting Mbumo. I might be getting GYOKERES, and I'm looking at a centre mid. You don't even know if you're going to keep Ange or not, and you're linked with Nkunku. And Gahey rejected an approach from you. So what we doing?
Okay, so I like that you chose the transfer stories that you want to mention.
Because that's the only ones that we're none about today.
Yeah, that's the only one because knowing Cass, you're up to date with transfer news. The Gahey news come out like 4 days ago. So maybe you're a bit late on that one.
Who are you getting?
Maybe you're a little bit late.
Who are you?
Maybe Cass hasn't been doing his research on Spurs. I don't know.
All right, cool, good. You don't. You're the Spurs fan.
Again, that's maybe 1 week old news, but again, I haven't seen no credible sources say that we actually go.
So who are you linked with? Like, I'm actually genuinely asking who you
seen
linked with then.
Spurs are going in for Jan Bissek, the centre back from Inter Milan.
Why would he go to you?
Well, because we're European champions, we've got Champions League football to offer.
Why
would players go to you? I'm actually very confused why players go to you. But I respect it.
Angel Gomez went to Marseille. Bissek is linked to just about every top team in the world, by the way. So
Angel Gomez, Spurs didn't go in for Angel Gomez. The only person that we rejected by him was Alex the Crook. And that says everything.
Yeah, that says everything.
Yeah? So Angel Gomez, cool. I'm fine. I didn't want Angel Gomez to be our number one sign anyway. But what I love to see is I'm celebrating trophies. You guys are celebrating transfer windows. That's the difference. And yes, Daps, you're going to get tired of hearing it. I told you I was going to be unbearable. And now you're seeing how unbearable I am.
Fucking hell.
Now you're seeing how unbearable I am.
It's the shouting, bro. Like, fucking hell.
I told you you're gonna have to get used to it.
No, I don't mind hearing what you're saying.
I did warn you.
You're saying it, bro.
We've been streaming together for years. I warned you years ago. So clearly you didn't take in the message when I warned you. When I win a trophy, I will be unbearable.
Please turn him down,
I'm
bro.
unbearable.
Fucking hell. No, bro, it's not. It's the volume. The volume is unbearable.
I don't have headphones. I don't hear what you're saying.
You know, to be fair, your mic on the, it says adjust mic volume is all the way up.
That's probably what it is then. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm slightly got a slight hangover for some reason. Don't know why. But
Cherki, you know.
Yeah, probably Cherki.
Anyways, can we talk about you know what? Like, before we went into that, I was trying to ask how people are like. D, like, I'm sorry that you got interrupted by a European champion. How are you actually doing, my friend?
All right, man. Just same old, man. Just listening, looking, and seeing what everyone's doing, man. Seeing everyone coming out with streams and videos about nonsense news and crap. That's what I'm seeing, bro. I'm just seeing people coming out with news about rubbish every day.
Oh, welcome to YouTube, bro.
It's crazy, bro. It's so crazy, bro.
We're building that.
Well, I'm sat here trying to come up with a title right now. Thinking,
no, but at least
I'm refreshing Twitter every second. Give me something to fucking make a show about.
No, but at least the difference is with like streams like that, you can at least you're talking to people. You know what I'm saying? When I see man doing a stream on their own about a transfer story that someone said one day is we signed this guy, then it's like we're not signing him, then it's we are signing him, no, we're not signing him.
Oh, so they changed their mind quickly that they're signing and not signing.
Yeah, based on each news story, innit? Like, you know what transfer window's like, man. It's a joke thing.
Yeah, it's hectic. It's hectic for sure.
It's madness. Like, there's no creativity. I'm trying to figure out who's got creativity, who's on what. Zero.
Yeah, I'm lacking creativity right now.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Just come out for Chelsea. Chelsea, I swear down, they must hate Liverpool, you know.
Like, bro, by the way, remember I swear it was 2 days ago, I said, has anyone heard anything about Kudus? What's going on with him?
But yeah, and then before you know it.
Chelsea are fucking in for him.
And look at this.
For Mohamed Kudus.
Yeah. They're actually.
I was wondering what was happening with him. Now Chelsea.
I don't want them to get him. That's
what I said. That's what I said.
Good signing, innit?
But look at this.
I don't want them to start making clever signings. That's a lot.
Well, they're battling for Ekatike, which they're allegedly winning the
race.
race.
That's another good signing.
And then how about this one? There's the one that you're linked with and Liverpool, and all of a sudden, Joe Hatter remains a player of Chelsea interest, appealed to his ability to play left back and centre back. Chelsea exploring defenders is like, wait, hold on, they're looking at more.
Yeah, the only issue with that though is those type of players will be playing. They want to be playing. You got Cucurella and everyone says squad until the squad doesn't work. You can't have Jackson and Ekatike. One of them is gonna say we want to go.
And the lap.
Yeah, that's why they didn't sign them. Not signing Sancho is again another clever move. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense not to sign him. But I'm worried about Man City. I ain't worried about Man City and Liverpool are the ones I'm worried about. I ain't worried about anyone else.
Well, if you go and sign Rodrygo, because it is a tier 1 to be fair. The hand of Arsenal, he used to be a hand of Ozil. He's always got his he pretty much gets everything right.
Yeah.
And he was saying Arsenal are targeting Rodrygo, and I'm like thinking now the Sesko stuff makes sense slightly. Maybe this is the one they've had in the bag that they want to put more weight. You got Jesus, you got Havertz. Havertz looks like he's loading up. He's a good player, man. But you clearly want someone young, maybe in that mold. I don't know, because he just looks like he's just focused and ready, man. I think players like that.
Yeah, Havertz is the most underrated player. He would be, if he was like a player that wasn't meant to lead your line and be the main man in your team, he'd be a brilliant, like, second-rate player in your team. You know, like you got the main stars in your team, and then you got like the second-rate versions, the ones that are underneath that kind of just chip in. He would score 15 goals a minimum season, easy, every year. Like, he's a very consistent type player that chips in. But the
It's
Rodrygo
the same
thing,
thing.
But the amount of money you guys are paying him weekly, isn't he's not a second-rate player. He's 300k a week.
that's the point. That's the point I'm making. But if we get some stars like the Rodrigos, the Sakas, and the, like I say, for example, a top striker, then all of a sudden Havertz in the squad is a very, very good squad player. But the main thing is not about so much about that. It's more the Rodrygo thing is the issue with that is those transfers are so big that they drag on.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've got the time. You've got the time for that because you don't need loads in your
team.
Do
we have the time for that? We're the team that needs to sign players quicker. Man City are signing players far quicker than us, and that we need to sign players quicker than them.
You got to remember with us, it's you don't need to sign more than us, bro. We're doing a rebuild. But the other thing is, ours is like to get them registered. We have to get for the Club World Cup. We have to get them. We can only register 2, but we have to get them registered by the 10th of June. So we're trying to get them in for that. I think after these 2, though, you'll see City stop for a minute until after the.
But you made a lot in January as well, so it's a whole.
True.
It's about 7 players, 7 players maybe.
If we get these 3, because I know Cherki isn't fully done yet, but if we get Cherki, Aitnori, and Reinders, then that's going to be like 7 or 8 players.
7 or 8 players, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a big turnover in that change room in the ground. It's a big turnaround.
Well, and expect more. Expect more as well.
Yeah. I do expect more. I expect Chelsea to have similar amounts, and I think Liverpool will have a few.
Chelsea to not sign majority of these players. Let's be honest here. Chelsea every single summer have been interested, inquiring, bidding for about 50 players, and most of the players they end up with aren't of the same quality. Like let's be honest here. Like Mike Maynard may happen. A lot of these players are going to want to go to Chelsea because Chelsea offer wages that other teams don't as well. But I don't see a lot of these moves happening. Like you said earlier, I think a lot of this stuff is early transfer talk. It's very early in the window. We're in June. Most of this stuff won't happen. But you have to respect some of the moves and targets they're making. They seem to be making more smarter acquisitions, smarter scouting. The players they're looking at look a lot better than the quality of players they currently have. And they seem to be moving away from that model of just signing these under 23s with high potential. They're trying to get some serious
Champions League football, isn't it? Champions League football, that's the difference. They're now ultimately, Chelsea have got back to, I guess, not where they want to be, but they're moving in the right direction, innit? Like they're now back to having Champions League football, so they can't they need to up their levels. They need to up their levels.
And don't think
haven't been good enough.
At Chelsea, if they get an opportunity, like Arteta like to say, market opportunity, they are the kings at that. They will go and get a GYOKERES if they can. They will go and buy those guys. If they want to go to Chelsea, they will buy them. I don't think they won't. So we keep waiting around. Chelsea are not a team that wait around. So I'm pretty certain that they will be in for all of the. If Rodrygo's available, I'm pretty certain Chelsea will be sniffing about, bruv. They'll be there looking around. They need a left winger anyway.
I think Liverpool might be in for Rodrygo as well when they sold Nunes and Diaz. Like they're gonna sell them to Saudi, and it's like that's cash, but it's like
Liverpool won't get Rodrygo and Wirtz. They ain't got that type of money.
I mean, if they get rid of Diaz,
if we sold Diaz to Saudi, then
Gakpo will be the Gakpo will be the left winger. Liverpool have already got a problem trying to figure out what to do with the 4 midfielders that they've got. If they get Wirtz, they might have to go to a diamond.
So Wirtz doesn't cause us a problem.
Of course he does.
How does he cause us a problem?
Because he got to play.
Soberslai won't play in the 10. He becomes rotation.
Yeah, but you got Gravenberch and McAllister.
Yeah,
that's what I said. You probably go to a diamond. That's what I said. You probably go to a diamond.
No, the pivot. The pivot.
There's 4 midfielders.
No. So Soberslai won't play.
What, on the bench?
Yeah, or he'll come in and he'll swap for Gravenberch, or he'll swap for.
No way. We'll go.
Because
why not?
Soberslai starts 100%. He's your engine up there. You're mad.
Yeah, nah, he can definitely.
I guarantee you, Soberslai plays.
We'll see. I don't think he plays every single game.
Sloth not dropping. He's more likely to drop one of the Gravenberch or McAllister.
But he's dropped Soberslai before, right?
Not much. Whenever he needs him to. Yeah, but whenever it's a big game, he plays, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's rotation. It doesn't mean they all have to start at once. Rotation.
No, it don't. But I'm saying certain players have to play. Wirtz has to play. There is no.
Soberslai doesn't have to play. He can play for certain games where you need. I'm not saying
Supposedly is a Wirtz. I'm saying if you buy Wirtz for 100 odd million, Wirtz has to play. There is no.
Soberslai no words. I'll tell you that. But No, Szoboszlai will, again, the games that we need a more robust midfield, then Szoboszlai can play those games. Do you know what I'm saying? The low block games, Szoboszlai too many nosebleeds.
Yeah, but my point was, you said that the reason why this conversation started was because you said about Liverpool. Why would Liverpool not get Rodrygo? That's the point I'm making. So
no, I said we'd sell Diaz, and then the money.
If you said
we wouldn't have the money, not like we wouldn't get him. Whether we get him is different. But you said we don't have the money. We definitely do have the money if we sell Diaz. But
if you get Rodrygo, then that now you got what? Rodrygo, Wirtz. Like, who's missing out? What are you saying? What
do you mean?
Gakpo's on the bench.
Gakpo,
this is what happens, bro. This is football. Hey, bro, this is top teams. Bro, look, guys, like, I've seen Mahrez get humbled and play. You're not
as privileged as Man City. You're not as privileged as Man City.
It doesn't, bro. And if we was to sign Rodrygo and Wirtz, then you're forced to rotate players that you would have thought are your better players.
You're not as privileged as Man City, bro. You're not as privileged.
We would be.
You think you can sign
Wirtz and Salah? Yes, we would be.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
If Liverpool had Rodrygo, Florian Wirtz, and Salah, guys like Gakpo would probably have to get humbled, bro.
No, I'm saying your model, your Liverpool model, doesn't allow you to have players like Mahrez on the bench. It doesn't allow for that. You can't have a player. You can sign Rodrygo for 100 million and have him on the bench. Your model doesn't allow for that.
Our model it can do, because our model doesn't allow us to even to have a signing like Florian Wirtz.
Parasailing, you know.
That's why I said you're not going to sign Wirtz and Rodrygo. That's my point. You won't do it.
But people wouldn't have said. Would you have thought we was going to sign Florian Wirtz this window?
Yeah, you can have signed one big player. You're a big club. But you can't sign. You're not going to sign two big 100, one 150 or one 100 on 20.
Well, we signed Darwin Núñez and he became a bench warmer in a year. So.
Yeah, but I'm talking about two massive signings. You're not going to sign two.
Must be nice, man. Must be nice for you to be able to buy players for 85 million, then just bench them. Fucking hell.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that like as a flex. It's not a flex. But for my point, it's
imagine if my club did that. Fucking hell, it'd be making news.
You've been doing that, brother. You've been doing that.
We all know that because it makes news. But when you do it, it's just fine. It's
it's not something we do often. But I'm saying it's something that we have done. It's not something that we've done often. If Wirtz comes, Szoboszlai becomes a 60 million bench option, realistically.
And that's the point I'm making. That's why it won't do it. That's not your model. Arsenal don't do that. Liverpool don't do that.
It doesn't matter if it's not our model, though. If it's not, regardless if it's our model, if Liverpool upgrade their players, then the players that were previously worth 50, 60 million that have had decent seasons, then become bench players. That's the way football works, regardless of the model.
No, but that's you saying that's what's in your brain. I'm talking about in real life. I'm saying in real life, it's very rare. That's like saying it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna sign Rodrygo. That's like saying you're gonna sign Rodrygo and Wirtz. Why not go for, say, Sesko as well? Because you need a striker as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go for Sesko as well?
Sesko's not really my.
No, not your type. I'm saying if you need a striker as well, you're going to buy a striker. You're not going to spend 400 million in one window, are you?
No. Well, 300 million, I think we spend this window.
What is it?
You think?
I think we spent 300 million this window, yeah.
I don't know, man.
We haven't spent in 3 windows.
You're going to spend 300 plus million in this window, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think we do, yeah.
So right now, what are you up to? Like, so far, where are you up to now?
200.
You're on 200 already?
Yep.
What, with Wirtz and Ping Pong?
And Kirkers 42. Kirkers 42 to 50.
Is Kirkers done, by the way?
Nearly. Like Fab updated it like the other day.
Has Frimpong been given the here we go?
Frimpong signed. He's holding the sheets.
He's done it.
Has he done the shit?
Yeah, the club's already.
He's done the interview. I've always wanted to
he must feel meaty, man.
Hmm?
I reckon he must have a sly voodoo doll for fucking Wirtz already.
Nah, he's probably the reason. That's probably helped us out, help Wirtz.
I hear it, but bro, the fact that like everyone's talking about Frimpong, about Wirtz so much that I didn't even notice you've done the fucking Frimpong shirt thing.
Yeah, Frimpong's there. Frimpong's there already. I'm just talking about realistically who you'd be planning on signing. So would you rather sign Rodrygo or Sesko?
Oh,
really?
Rodrygo, because
yeah, I was going to say, is that a question?
Yeah, no, Rodrygo. I don't even need to think about that. Yeah, Rodrygo.
So you need a left winger more than you need a striker, or is it just
no? We need a striker. No, the reason I thought about it is we need a striker more than a left winger. However, there's certain exceptions to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Rodrygo's an exception to the rule. Like how Florian Wirtz, I wouldn't say he's an exception to the rule, but when you sign like a player like that, someone's got to move aside, regardless of how good they are, how much you've spent on them.
But you can say that about everything. You can say then if somebody's available that is better than what you've got, then you buy them.
Yeah. But what's
that's a great idea, but it doesn't work, does it?
I forgot how argumentative D can be at times. You know?
It's not about it doesn't. It's not about it doesn't work. Like, the point I'm making is that regardless of what our model allows us to do, it doesn't mean it's outside of our possibility to go and do that. Because as I said, it's happened at times. Yes, for me and you, it's more of an anomaly, and for City, it's probably more of a natural thing to happen to see a player that costs X amount of money get benched and rotated regardless.
Well,
Jack 100 million in and out the team. That's like when that happens, it's kind of like, okay, but Pep has been rotating these big money players. It can still happen at Arsenal. I have a 60, 70 million, whatever he costs, on nearly 300k a week. He's going to get rotated when you lot bring in a bad boy striker. Your model doesn't necessarily allow you to do that, but this situation is probably going to happen. Just like how if Rodrygo was to come Liverpool, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think that happens. But if Liverpool were to make a move like that off the back of selling the Darwin Núñez, then, well, that's going to happen. Someone's going to have to get humbled. And to be fair, even if Gakpo was to get humbled, Gakpo was like 35 million. So that's not like a mad player getting benched. Gakpo was 35 million.
Who else has been benched from City that's a mad expensive signing?
When it rotated, not like you sit on the bench.
No. You made the statement, so I'm just wondering. Apart from Grealish,
yeah,
like, who else gets benched?
I said in and out the team, though. I said in and out the team.
Okay, agendas after agenda. Get it?
That's not an agenda.
No. We know Grealish. No, don't say Grealish. He said Grealish. Who else apart from Grealish? Big money.
He said Mahrez. He said Mahrez.
I've seen Gabriel Jesus. No, I've seen Gabriel Jesus. I've seen Gabriel Jesus come in and replace.
Yeah, but that's not the same level. We're talking about
even though Aguero fought his way back into the team.
Man are all saying Phillips, for fuck's sake. Come on, big money.
Sergio Aguero is one of them, but he was so good.
Come on. Sort of like, that wasn't really bent. Like,
are we gonna act like Gabriel Jesus didn't come in and Pep wasn't feeling Aguero?
In that case, agreed, but I mean, Salah's spent some time on the bench before, but I'm not going to say
Not as long as Aguero.
Salah, we're not talking length, but Salah has spent some time on the bench before.
No, well, what? Nah,
it's not
the same. It's not the same.
Salah started every game.
It's not the same. Salah plays, he plays.
Trent, I mean, not big money signing, but Trent.
No. Trent wasn't a signing.
Wasn't a signing. Anyway, I am joking slightly, but
yeah,
interesting. I just noticed in your fan base. Your fan base is so mad, yeah, because I've seen at the moment. One I'm seeing is what is it? Cherki 30 million. We'll see why soon, right? So they don't want to credit City for getting someone that's cheap, right? No other clubs allowed to do.
I'll be honest, you're telling someone who's educated most people about Cherki, bro.
No. I'm not getting at you, but your fan base, I'm seeing it. Yeah, they're like the fan base that absolutely love to put themselves on this pedestal for doing great business. But when other clubs do great business, it's you'll see why they're so little, why they cost so little. But it's like when you do business, it's just
silly. That's that, bro. I'll be honest. I'll tell you how silly that is because, as you said, that Cherki cameo didn't surprise me. Most people didn't know who Cherki was on that like that until he played Man United.
Yeah, I agree.
In Europa League.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
That Cherki cameo it didn't shock me, bro. People are surprised that then you'll see what that guy really is. I told people. I told people top 2/3 dribblers in Europe. Easy.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, that release clause is disguised the fact that this is a 150 million pound player. He is, bro. 150 million pound player, but because he's had this release clause, he's available for 40 million. People think, Cherki can't be as good as he is. He's got this release clause. He looks like them old man that he's got a little bit of a belly. He walks around the pitch. He does the slow composure thing. People think, he's not. Bro, this is a cultured baller. Like we're talking about from like old school type of baller.
Yes,
just pure technical.
Who are you talking about?
People say he doesn't run. George, he doesn't need to run.
Cherki's better than Wirtz.
He might be. He might be.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
crazy
Good
thing to say.
argument.
That's
Good
not a
argument.
crazy thing to say.
all of this Wirtz hype, I'm so confused by it. I don't understand it.
Bro, I'm telling you right now. Obviously, I think it's more of a preference thing when it comes to Wirtz and Cherki. Daps, can you please vouch what happened?
No, bro. You knew Cherki way before me, bro. 100%.
Not even before you. I'm just saying, as in, like,
No, you did,
asked
bro.
me, you asked me who my number one was. My preference was before any of this stuff came out.
Yeah. It was. And the other thing is that, like, I'll be honest with you. You're spot on with the United game because I'm one of the first people to admit I don't watch European football. It's when I saw him against Man United, I was like, fuck it. That's when I started paying attention because I thought, fucking hell, this guy looks cold. If he had other ballers around him, I think they would have beat United. Like, it's just the other players around him.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Wirtz and Cherki are players at the highest level for their like age range and what they're doing, innit? Two players at the highest level, in my opinion. As I said, my preference, because people know what my type of baller is. I do prefer Cherki, but Wirtz is someone who is absolutely unbelievable. Like, I think Wirtz, Cherki, Musiala are all in the same. I have them in that same bracket. Do you know what I'm saying?
Here's one thing I would say. So
Even I'll put Elise in there. Is Elise in there?
Nah. Elise's not in there.
Man,
nah, I don't know. Yeah, nah. Maybe a little bit more. But Musiala.
Man, rating these man too highly, man. Rating these man too highly.
Remember when we bought Haaland, and that summer was the whole.
Sorry, go on.
Remember when we bought Haaland, you bought Nunes, and everyone said Nunes Haaland is going to be a comparison. Yeah.
No,
it's not. No, it's not the same because this will be like because they couldn't go band for band. Like we've seen, Haaland and Nunes can't go band for band. I think Cherki and Wirtz, I don't think either of them are going to fail. Both of them are going to.
No, they won't. Neither of them will fail. But who?
Because they're that. Both of them.
Who? What? When we say what level? What level are we talking about? Are they better than Palmer?
Obviously, I think both. I think obviously Palmer has had the one amazing season and one season that was underwhelming for the standard he set. I think Wirtz in the season that they won the league, the Bundesliga, was unbelievable, and I think he kind of didn't drop off, but like cool. Wirtz didn't. Wirtz was good, but he let's be honest, Wirtz wasn't the same Wirtz with the one that they won the league in it. I think that's I think that's fair to say. Cherki, obviously, a bit more of a later emergence, so it's probably a bit unfair to compare him to Palmer of the later emergence for those who haven't.
You know what the funny thing about it? You know what's good about this thing? What I like the most about this year? Everyone analyzes and you always assume that the foreign players are better than the ones that are already here, and this is what I like about it.
Not really.
When it's always the other way around. It tends to be the other way around, D.
No, it's not the other way around. It's this way around. When they come over, we're going to find out how good they really are in this league because Palmer's been doing it for 2 years, regardless. And everyone
2 years, 1 year, please.
Sorry, can I just say a quick? It's relevant. I don't know about Wirtz, but Cherki's 21, Palmer's 23. So
Cherki's young. Cherki's younger.
Wirtz is 22. Wirtz is 22.
Wirtz 22. So Cole Palmer, but I do what you're saying.
He's saying grown air man.
And you know what I don't like about it? I don't like what I don't like about this agenda is that you're pushing, D, is that like, because let's have it right. For one, no, it's the other way around. English players get way more prop and Premier League players get way more prop than foreign players do because people think the Premier League is so superior to all these other leagues. But more than anything, when you're saying like, oh, Palmer's been doing it for 2 years, what have they done? These men have been doing it for years as well in their respective league. Wirtz has probably been around for about 4 or 5 seasons doing his thing, whilst Palmer's only literally in his second senior season as a player. Cherki's been playing European football. Wirtz been playing. He literally in Palmer's first season. When Palmer just dipped his toes into senior football, Wirtz was leading his team.
Palmer's at Man City. Man City won 4 titles in a row. They're the best team in the world.
He wasn't playing.
Palmer wasn't playing.
That's my point. That's my point. Wirtz is at Leverkusen.
Hold on, I would say, hold on.
How's Palmer meant to break through? You got De Bruyne and David, Bernardo Silva.
I don't care about how is he supposed to break through. The question is what have they done? You like to do.
Cole Palmer. I mean, to be fair, Cole Palmer. When given a chance, Cole Palmer lifted a Super Cup. And I don't mean lifted it. I mean he fucking scored the goal to lift the Super Cup. When given a chance, Cole Palmer said, "Oh yeah, I can do that." So Cole Palmer, when given a chance, has done it 100%.
If Wirtz and Cherki get anywhere near Palmer numbers, you'll be calling them world class.
Again, it's funny. It's funny how people love to
I
talk
think
about
Wirtz is.
the
I
numbers.
think Wirtz is already world class.
Oh my days!
I mean,
by the way,
he's been doing it though.
D, I know you didn't know this, innit? But Wirtz has been playing regular team football for Leverkusen since 2020, innit? I know you didn't know that.
Well, I don't care. I don't care. He's at Leverkusen. I don't care.
He's going on it's his 5th season. This was his 5th season. By the way, he turned 21. Yeah. He turned 21 last month.
World class. Are you mad?
He turned 21 last month.
Wirtz is one of the best in his damn fucking position, bro. Let alone anything.
So's Palmer.
I like Palmer, but
Palmer is.
I think Palmer's definitely.
But then you say,
who would you rather have in your team? Who do you rather have in your team?
Hold on. Let me ask you. Hold on.
I wouldn't be mad at either.
Do you think it's because of the rank of the league? Because obviously Wirtz has been playing for longer. Obviously, Palmer has had 2 seasons for Chelsea.
Of course, it's the rank of the league. You think he breaks through at 17, 18 years old if he's at Man City when they got De Bruyne in the 10?
But he didn't break through at 18. That's the point. He didn't break through at Manchester City. So
that's my point. That's my point.
Okay, so he went to Chelsea, broke through. That's cool. But not everyone has the same opportunities. He was at Bayern. So you bringing up this, would he break through there is just completely irrelevant because he was at Bayer Leverkusen. And when he did break through at Bayer Leverkusen at a younger age, and he's proven at the top level that he's a top player. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Palmer or way better than Palmer. When we see them in the league, it's probably going to be very minimal.
You're just talking for the sake of talking. What point?
But you know what?
Because you're saying I'm disputing your point, or you keep saying like Palmer's fucking levels above all these players when he's not.
I didn't say his levels above. I said what's the difference between them? That's not what I said. I said you're rating up these players. You're saying that Cass said Wirtz is world class. Is Palmer world class?
I think he's near there, yeah.
Exactly. So you think Wirtz is better?
Right. So,
I do.
Do you know what?
Do
you know what?
Yeah.
I think
you've rated Wirtz better based on what? Playing for Liverpool.
Right. So I would say
we just said what it was based on.
Hold on. If we're doing eye tests, and you can probably do GA as well in there as well, right? I'll be real. Wirtz, Cole Palmer, very, very similar. The reason why you would then go and say, all right, but Wirtz, what has he done? You'd say, well, Wirtz has contributed to a fucking invincible title-winning team, right?
The first time ever.
Yeah, first time ever. Now,
in 70 years or some shit.
Yeah. So for me, I think they're actually both very, very similar. Yeah. The only thing you would say with Wirtz is you can say like it's a bit like when Igal was having that conversation about what was it, Mahrez and Bruno Fernandes, right? And trying to say,
he said Mahrez can't touch Bruno Fernandes's numbers. Like,
but the whole thing, the point I'm trying to make is, if you have contributed to a team winning a trophy, it is another mark on you, right? And Wirtz has done that. Cole Palmer hasn't done that yet, right? He hasn't done that yet.
I'm not gonna lie. It's what about, to be fair, putting Wirtz and Palmer, they're two different kind of players as well. To be fair, I don't like
Palmer's a bit more of a maverick.
Palmer's for more. You're gonna put him towards more like the Musialas, where Wirtz you'd probably compare him to more of a Cherki. Because the thing is what are you doing outside of your GA? I think Palmer's definitely influential, but Wirtz can control a whole game by himself.
I think I saw touches of that. I'm not gonna lie. On my hate watch on Tuesday night, was it? Wednesday night, yeah. Wirtz did a lot of simple things very well.
Yeah,
and that's important. Like, he's not just a maverick. Like, I did see him. I mean, maybe not so much in the first half so much, but
what we would say though, the one thing I do agree with Dion is that some of these, like, we have seen a lot of higher profile foreign players fail in the Premier League. Yeah, probably maybe mismanagement and little things in there that contribute to it. But when you are already in the Premier League, Palmer is probably more primed to succeed than some of the players we're talking about, just because sometimes coming overseas as a young player is different. But I'm not saying that he's like miles better than these guys, but I'm just saying, like, when you're already in the Premier League, Palmer does have over the other two is that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts.
He does have that over the two. Even though
the word maverick. I like the way you use the word maverick. I hear what you're saying on Palmer is a maverick.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Palmer, I think, is a bit more of that.
Also, what Palmer has gone and done is He's left one of the greatest teams we've ever seen. Yeah, decided to take the risk, go to another top club in the country, and hold them on his back for 2 years.
Yeah, fair.
You're taking away the credibility that he's earned. He's not just their best player. He's their main man.
If you're taking away the credibility that he's earned, then you're completely ignoring the credibility of the other team.
No, I'm not, because the comparison's not equivalent. If Wirtz goes to Liverpool, he's still not the main guy. It's still Salah.
You know what? I'll give to Palmer.
Yeah, but Liverpool are better than Chelsea. Miles better than Chelsea. That's what we're talking about.
I'm saying
Palmer doesn't come into Liverpool and become Liverpool's best player.
So he comes into Liverpool and becomes one of the main men, though.
No,
can we?
So does what?
If Palmer goes Liverpool, he becomes one of the main guys.
No, when you say one of, rank it. Where does he come?
If Palmer goes into Liverpool, I'm telling you now. If Palmer goes to Liverpool,
over who? I need a ranking. No, I need a ranking.
So Wirtz doesn't automatically become one of Liverpool's main players.
If Palmer goes to Liverpool, he does not get overshadowed by anyone. Guaranteed.
No, you're just saying
you're missing.
No, hold on. You said anyone. No, I'm telling you, you include Mo Salah. You're including Mo Salah in that.
Well, if Palmer will be the best number 10 in the world if he goes Liverpool.
What? That's not the point we're making. The point we're making is you
said I'm making.
No, because you don't do that.
He's not changing it.
He's moving goalposts. Because when
I can't hear 5 people at the same time. Wait, what? I can't hear 5 people at the same time.
Yeah. No, now you know how.
What you said? Say one thing.
When you said about Palmer couldn't make it through Man City because they're the best team, was because he didn't have enough quality to stand out in a top team. Now you're saying he will go to Liverpool and become their best player or one of the best players when they've got Salah, they've got Van Dijk, they've got Alisson, they've got Gravenberch, they've got McAllister, who are all leading them right now. He doesn't come in and be above any of these players. He comes in and maybe he's in around the McAllister and Gravenberch.
Can we add context? Can we add context to Palmer though?
Thank you, George.
No, you're wrong.
Let me add this. The one thing that Wirtz has had in front of him is a capable goal scorer or two. The one with Cherki, we'll see what happens, but he's going to have Haaland in front of him. The only downfall that you can't really make argument for with Palmer, his numbers would be probably double if he had a capable striker or a goal scorer on either side. And he doesn't have that at Chelsea at the moment. Jackson has robbed this guy of probably about 10, 15 assists this year alone.
Yeah, but also Chelsea. But you got to remember also Chelsea. Remember Chelsea also play through Palmer in terms of the set pieces and whatnot as well. Do you know what I'm saying? There's certain players like Wirtz. If he won't be on all the set pieces at Liverpool. But if Wirtz came into Liverpool, well, he is coming to Liverpool, he would be one of the better players for Liverpool. He would be right up there for Liverpool. I'm not saying Palmer wouldn't be right up there for Liverpool.
Don't know that.
But the argument you're making, that cool. If Palmer was to play for Liverpool, yes, he'd be one of the better players. I'm not denying that.
No. You're underestimating what I'm saying. You're talking for me.
What do you mean for me?
Palmer is one of see how Palmer is, what he's done and what he's decided to do and the character that he has. He's the type of guy that says, I'm the main man. He's got that character.
He's not, but you just said Wirtz wouldn't come in and be better than Salah. Palmer wouldn't be coming and
no.
Salah,
I'm saying okay. Let me switch it around.
No, you have to switch it. No, you have to switch it because he's not the main man.
Would Wirtz at Chelsea, would Wirtz be the main guy at Chelsea like what Palmer is?
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
Hold on,
D. No, he wouldn't.
D.
No, he wouldn't. I've seen Wirtz play for years, you know.
But
you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You didn't know he was at Liverpool playing first time football for 5 years. Did you even know he had an ACL?
Bro, I've seen Wirtz. What do you mean? He was in and out of the Germany team a couple years ago.
Did you? I'll ask you again. Did you even know he had an ACL?
What are you talking about?
In and out of the team at 18 years old. Madness, isn't it? It's so hard. Like,
you lot are the ones that put. He's going for one. I didn't put his price tag at 150. You know, you lot are buying him for 150.
You didn't know that he was playing regular first team football from the age of 17. So how can you say?
Who told you I didn't know that? You made this up. Who told you I didn't know that?
Oh, so you just
it's fake news. It's fake news.
Who told you that? When did you get that information?
The way you were speaking is that like you don't really know about Wirtz. Like that's the way.
Who told you that? What? Because you're signing him now, he's the greatest in the world.
I didn't say no one said.
Listen.
This is where you're not listening.
You think Palmer. Would Palmer be able to do what Wirtz has done at Leverkusen?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
easily.
my days.
Yeah, easily.
I
That's
don't
not. I know. I do know. He.
No.
yes, he-
What? Go invincible. I mean,
No, that's
no,
wait, hold on.
Yeah, shut that league.
I don't know.
Wait, one sec. That's a team thing, not an individual thing. If he was individually at Leverkusen, to be fair, it's under Ten Hag now, so it's not fair. But under Xabi Alonso, yeah, brother, he would
destroy that league.
destroy that league. He would destroy that league. Sancho would
That's
destroy
where
that league.
Remember, that's where Palmer wanted to go.
He was gonna go Dortmund.
Palmer wanted to go Dortmund.
He would kill it. No, you might have a
They
point.
just didn't come in.
You know what? You might have convinced me, Palmer. Yeah,
It's
you know
crazy,
what?
like, man is shouting and screaming
Palmer would
about.
destroy. He would destroy that. Palmer has a bad season and gets 25 G8. That's a
Yes,
bad
man.
season for him.
That's mad still.
man.
Yeah,
That's what he's on.
That's
He's on Palmer's on stuff like that.
If McAtee goes to fucking Germany, then he's gonna fucking cook.
What I don't get is,
Sancho's one of the best players in Germany.
Yeah.
Elise was Crystal Palace right winger, quite a potential player over here. Goes to
he
Germany,
was
one of the best players in the world.
when he was available last season.
What Elise was ridiculous.
He wasn't
ridiculous.
Yes, he was. He was injured. And he was injured. Wait. Yes, he was ridiculous.
He was a talented player.
Look back on the season. Look back at the number. He played about 21
player. That's all he was.
21 Premier League games and scored about 15 goals. He was ridiculous.
Elise was a talented player. That's all he was.
Elise was one of the best. I remember having conversations
the best.
on our show saying Elise is better than Saka at this moment in time.
Oh my days, man! This
That's
is
what the
ridiculous.
conversation
What
was
is
at the
going
point.
on there,
And
this
it's
is
not
why
a bad
I don't like these conversations like this, because you don't just chat rubbish. When
No,
Elise
you're
was-
chatting rubbish.
You chatting
When
rubbish.
Elise was in the
Not
Premier
rubbish.
League, when Elise was in the Premier League at Crystal Palace, he was seen as a talented player.
Yes,
We
he
know
was.
he's a good player.
Yeah.
He's
One of
a
the top
talented
wingers in the
player.
league. That's why he went for 65 million.
Ridiculous is
He was
insane. Ridiculous
million.
is an insane
Can't
statement.
listen at the same
Ridiculous
time.
is insane.
His
You're
Crystal
saying he's
Palace
ridiculous. He's
season
mad.
was- bro, what he was doing, and again, you lot
There
always.
goes. He was
Like, it's
inconsistent.
funny how in
That's
certain
not-
conversations you want to veer back to the numbers, and in certain conversations it's the other
It's
way
not
around.
numbers, innit? It don't make sense, Monty. It don't make sense. bro. It
You
don't
lot are
make
gonna say, "Oh,
Right,
look,
hold on.
talking
Hold
about?
on,
9,
numbers.
10, 12
Hold on,
goals,
hold
bro."
on, hold on.
Genuinely.
No. It was George that brought up the fucking numbers, not
What
me.
are you on about?
George
He's been
brought up
talking about.
numbers, not us.
He's been reverting back to numbers. This whole argument.
What are you talking
This
about?
whole argument. This whole argument is reverting
But
back to
Mons,
numbers.
you've been talking a lot. But you've been talking a lot. You've been talking a lot. Let me tell you what I'm saying. When Elise,
You've been talking a lot.
you have, because you're talking a lot.
Palmer would be Liverpool's best player over best
All right,
player.
all right, no
By the way,
problem.
sorry, just quickly, the lights
No
aren't
problem.
talking a lot. The lights are fucking doing no talking
Yeah,
He
whatsoever.
literally came in and said Palmer would be Liverpool's main man.
I said he
No,
wouldn't. I said that's not what I said.
Really?
Actually, that's not what
That
I
is
said.
what he
But
said.
anyway,
I
All right,
said
anyway.
that is what he said. Like,
You
is that
talk-
that's what he said.
Yeah,
All right.
Mon's head's up.
Monster's
He didn't
future.
even notice I mentioned the likes. His
Anyway,
head's
the
still up.
light, where the light. Mons, do the maintenance. You got to do maintenance.
The lights, bro.
Run
Do
the
the
lights, man.
maintenance. Yeah.
Listen,
Let the head cool down.
Listen,
the lights,
this is what I'm.
man.
Let
Run
me
the
slow
lights.
it down. This is what I'm
Because
saying.
watching Rodrygo, if Rodrygo signs for
Yeah,
Arsenal,
no, we're not
What-
asking him.
what-
Listen,
Remember the whole Saka's way better than Rodrygo thing. We're
no
not gonna
problem,
hear
no
that.
problem. Anyway, what I'm saying is
Hold
this.
on,
Yeah?
hold on.
No.
Months. Maintenance.
And
The
then
light-
there's this-
Oh yeah,
there's
go on.
super chats as well.
Sorry.
Super chats as well. You can go back to your F1 racing of argument, man, in a minute. But please smash the likes. We're not even on 300 likes when it's 1,300 people, Monts. 1,350 people, Monts.
Do the maths, Monts.
You're the teacher, Monts.
No, he's just thinking about
League,
that.
guys. Yeah, no. But
I'm sorry, one sec. There's some super chats. as well.
He's ready to go again.
What a weird argument. Based on his logic, he won't go Arsenal as they have two left wingers, question marks. Not even a Liverpool fan. But if he comes, then their first 11 and their squad improve. Arsenal coping already, Martian saying. We've also got Nasser saying, Mons, if Wirtz got Palmer stats this year, next season, you say he banged, but for a Palmer, it's one season. Laugh out
no,
loud,
because
basically.
I have eyes. Palmer's numbers were good, but if anyone actually watched Cole Palmer for a good 2/3 of the season, he wasn't good. But it's fine. The eye test doesn't matter for certain players, and it matters for some just on preference.
I don't think Palmer's been outplayed when he's played. He's a lot of sometimes he just hasn't finished because that's what he's known for. That
No,
metric.
Palmer wasn't good. 2025, Palmer's not been good. Don't do that.
No, he's not been as good as what you said in
No,
terms of.
he's not been good.
Yeah,
No,
but-
but you're picking and choosing. You're picking and
one
choosing.
Look, I'm not picking and choosing. He's not being, bro. If you have
What?
eyes,
Well, Salah's not been good either then. Well, Salah's not been good either then.
Can I do
Palmer's
the
not
chat?
been good
Can I
in
do the
2025.
chat? Can I do
Neither
the-
Salah then.
Palmer's
Neither
not
has
been
Salah.
good.
Neither has
Palmer's
Salah
not been
then.
good. You not
Can I
gonna
do the other
tell me
chats?
that Palmer's
Can I do
good
the
in 2025.
Can I-
What we
can I-
doing?
Neither
Can I
has
do-
Salah.
Can-
Neither has Salah.
Come on,
Can
bro.
I do the other chats, please? Thank you. So
Yeah,
was
go on,
Haaland.
sorry.
So was Haaland just at Dortmund?
Go on. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so Haaland just at Dortmund? Question mark. Obviously not. Florian Wirtz looks like he's from South Park.
That's true.
What's with all the chest? With the season hasn't started, Wirtz is class, and chances are he'll most likely boss the Premier League. I don't know for how long. Could be for half or the whole season, but chances of Wirtz flopping are low. That's a great super chat, by the way. Gregory says, had the super chat because this Arsenal fan is chatting absolute rubbish. I would also say, yeah, let's not act like, when you make this argument, I've watched 2/3 of the season of Palmer and blah, blah, but let's not act like we've watched every single game of Florian Wirtz, so we can't or Cherki or whoever, so we can't really make the judgment of the games they've also been pouring. Like, Paul, he's got Bundesliga player of the season, though.
Did I not say the first thing I said is that Wirtz in the season that they won the league was unbelievable? I said for his standard that he set, he actually wasn't as good this season. Wirtz wasn't as good this season than the standard he set. So what's wrong with me saying that Palmer for 2025 has not been good?
Neither has Salah then.
Why are we talking about Mo Salah?
Because you just said, because I'm telling you. What does
Mo Salah have to do with this?
Salah has something to do with it, because Salah scored a lot of goals and he's been poor for 2025 , right? You agree with that as well, right? Do you agree that Salah's been poor for 2025? Yes or no?
Salah has not been that good.
I don't want a monologue. I want you to answer the question.
You've just gone somewhere else with it.
Or no? Has Salah been poor for 2025? Yes or no?
Not poor, but he's not been that good. He's not
I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't say Palmer's been poor. He said he's not been that good,
bro.
No, but
so I'm confused. Why have you just randomly booked Salah?
Because it's not random. It's not random. Let me tell you the reason why.
It's random.
Why? Do you want me to tell you why or not? The reason why is because you're saying that Palmer has not been good, but his numbers are outstanding. But then Salah has been great because his numbers are outstanding.
Salah has had
I'm speaking English, you know.
What are you talking about with Salah? I don't care what Salah's been doing. It's got nothing to do with argument. He has nothing to do with
clear English. I'm telling you, people are knocking Palmer for having great numbers, and you're praising Salah for having great numbers.
League for Liverpool. He won the league.
Yeah, but no, wait. Let me analyze this then. No, because I have okay, cool.
He broke every single record.
Yeah, but the difference is, yes, look what Salah has around him, and then you look at what Palmer's done. I'm not saying Palmer can't do it. No, I know that, yeah, but don't lie, you lot were pissed off with this guy in some of his performances, yeah. But
Salah's been doing this for
I know you're doing by the way. No, I'm not discrediting him, but the thing is, look what Salah has behind him and in front of him at times, and look what Palmer has. The difference is, Palmer's got rubbish behind him. Yeah, his midfield's good, don't get me wrong. But in front, he's got no one even there.
He has the third best defensive record in the league.
It does not matter. We have eyes. We have eyes. We know that Cole.
Now we have eyes, guys.
We know GYOKERES is good.
We're talking about Cole Palmer now.
Bro, I haven't said anything, and your head is on fucking Mars, bro. And now I'm joining into the conversation. To disregard Palmer is insane, and it's disgusting. You are.
Who's this?
You are.
If Palmer had a capable striker or finisher in front of him, he would have doubled his GA.
I literally just said we are D keeps talking about numbers, and I just said, listen, if you actually have eyes,
I haven't.
Palmer.
Yeah, but I watched.
If you watch Cole Palmer, you'd know that his 2025 has not been good.
No, for his standard of last year. No. I agree with you. Yeah, he's gone missing, bro. He has gone missing. The January period, he went missing.
He's been good. He's had a decent first half of the season.
But what D is trying to say, yeah, as well, because I've seen games where he has been good and nothing's been finished off for him, and that's not. And that just because he ain't got his GA, people think, oh, if he ain't scored a goal assist, Palmer must have been playing rubbish. But in the same breath,
go on.
What? That was go on. What was gonna say?
No, go on.
No, I kind of lost my thought of track. But I was going to say, but in the same breath as well, yeah. With the whole Palmer thing, I think like if this is what his season is of having a bad season, imagine what happens when he gets strikers, which they're doing, and getting kudos, which they might do, and everything. When he has all of that as well, like he's gonna have a cracked season. He's gonna, bro. The guy knows where the back of the net is. He's actually creative. No, but he's a great player.
No, but you're not. No.
Palmer's a great player. When have I called Palmer?
This is the problem.
He's a top player. He's a top player.
Me and Monts have never once disregarded how good Palmer is in this argument. All we've done is added that Palmer, because what people are doing, or what D, I should say, not people, D is trying to make it seem like Palmer is levels above Cherki and Wirtz because he's done it in the Premier League. You've seen more of him, so you're acting like he's levels above. When me and Monts are just trying to bring in and let you know, no, they're at a very similar level. Yes, Palmer's had a very good season the first year. This season was a very good year still. And a lot of people, including you, Cass, which I'm saying is hindsight now, because you were the one cooking Palmer when he was going on that 2 months with no GA, and you were the one there. Palmer, maybe fraud, all of these things. And then I was defending his quality. I'm
gonna do what you say, George.
He's still having good games.
Go get me the videos where I've done that, because I don't exactly remember cussing.
I remember the conversation.
I cuss Sancho. I cuss Sancho and only Sancho.
Definitely.
No, I only cuss Sancho.
Definitely cook Palmer. There's nothing wrong with you cooking Palmer, though.
No one's ever known me for cooking Palmer. It's him that cooks Palmer, not me.
But again, I think people are going mad because you even cook someone. So, like, Palmer's still one of the best 10s in the league. But that doesn't deny that when Wirtz and Cherki come in. That's by your opinion, cool. But
yeah,
still,
but you need to get to the point quicker. Why is it such a long story?
All right, go on. D. You want to speak? Bro. Go on, D. Speak. Go on.
No, get your point.
You have so much to say about Palmer. I don't know what you're doing up EDO defensively.
You're the point.
No one's taking no point.
You're telling me what I'm saying. You're telling Monts what he's saying. Just say what you're saying.
What they're saying.
What are you saying? What do you think?
Wait. How about you listen? How about you just sit back?
You tell me what you think. Don't tell me what I'm saying.
Clearly, you're not doing enough listening. What you are saying is rubbish. That's what you are saying, D. You're just saying rubbish. You're saying things that
can we end this? Wirtz is world class, and I don't care what anyone tells me. For me,
telling us that he's the best in the world.
In number 10, I don't know who you're going to tell me who's a better 10 right now in world football than Wirtz in the top 3, even in the top 3, top 2 conversation. Who's a better 10?
And how about this? I've not even said that. Because I've said apparently now we're signing for Liverpool, he's the best player ever. When clearly, I've literally said last season wasn't. I said notably last season wasn't Wirtz's. It wasn't an amazing season for Wirtz. I'd also said that Palmer, what he has over them is that he already has the experience in the Premier League to go again next year. He's been there for 2 years. He knows the league.
Bruno is better. I'll give it a rest.
So dear, you listen to this one. You listen to that one.
I'm waiting for you to say your point.
Oh, yeah, he's not listening to him. He wants people to get to points.
How about you
get to
points? You just said what you're not saying. You said I'm not saying that Palmer is at this, and I'm not saying.
I said that's what I've said.
You said Wirtz didn't have a good season last year, and I'm not saying that Wirtz can have. Like, what are you saying? Is Wirtz better than Palmer? Yes or no?
I don't think he's better than Palmer in the Premier League because I haven't seen him in the Premier League. In terms of overall player, I actually prefer Wirtz to Palmer, but I think Palmer is a better Premier League player. He's more suited to the league. He's more of a maverick. They've got different styles, but I wouldn't necessarily put Wirtz over Palmer overall right now. I need to see in the Premier League what he can do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Who would you rather Liverpool sign?
Cherki.
Right. Cherki.
No, but who would you rather Liverpool sign out of the 3? Who would you rather Liverpool sign?
Right,
Cherki.
How about you? Who would you rather Liverpool sign?
Who do I think is the best signing for them? I'd say Cherki.
That's from a personal
preference. Who would you rather Tottenham sign?
It's never changed.
Out of Palmer, Cherki, and Wirtz.
I think Cherki for me is one of the top.
So you don't think Cherki's the best? So when I said Cherki,
I don't think no. I don't think he's the best. That's who I prefer. You asked me who I'd prefer. Okay. You didn't say who is the best. You said
you'd rather buy the player you don't think's the best.
So you even need to ask the question properly. Don't wait. No. Wait. No, D.
Who do you want Tottenham sign?
You don't ask who do you want Tottenham sign. Say who do you think's the best, and I'll say.
Oh my days!
What you say? Who do you think Tottenham sign? I'll say
you'd rather sign a player that's not the best.
I want to sign the player who my preference is for, who I want to see at my club. I never said who I want to sign the best player.
I said
you asked my opinion on who I want to sign.
Who would you rather Tottenham sign?
And I just told you to be Cherki. Doesn't mean he's the best or most proven player of the 3. I just like Cherki. I personally like Cherki. I like watching Cherki. I'd rather.
You're happy for your club. You're happy for your club to sign a worse player.
No, you know what it is? If you're going to tell me, I hear what you're saying, George. Like for
me,
I
don't mind if my club signed any of the 3 because they're 3 brilliant players. I wouldn't mind either of them.
If you ask me for Man United as it's set up right now, who'd you rather sign? I'd rather sign Mbumo. Love. But what's it called? On that notice, for Man United, I need goals in it. So Palmer realistically would be at the top of my list. And he's English as well. It makes sense. I like that right hand, left side, but If I had but my preference, if United was built the way I wanted it to be built, probably it's Cherki. I don't give a shit what anyone told me.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the worst, and guess what? Cherki's the least proven out of all of them. By the way.
Yeah, but that means that you think he's the best or can potentially be the best.
Oh,
no. But being what I think is the best and how proven they are is also that's different conversation. Because sometimes you can have the highest ceiling. You can have the highest ceiling. You can do all of this extra stuff. You can do all of that. But the bottom line is, it depends who has the highest ceiling and what you think can adapt. Because as you said, we've seen Jadon Sancho rip it up in Germany, come to the Premier League, and it's not for him. We've seen examples of that. Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen players come from the French league, come to the English league, and it's not that. We've seen players have 1 or 2 amazing seasons and then fall off. These things can happen. So when
I said at the beginning, Cherki is better than Wirtz at the beginning. When I said Cherki is better than Wirtz at the beginning, why do we have such a big debate about it?
Let me land. Cherki, from a preference perspective, for me, is my favorite. Is the one I would have for me. Yeah, but the safest option is probably Cole Palmer because he knows the league the best. You know what I'm saying?
When I said Cherki's better than Wirtz at the beginning, which started the whole argument, why did you not have a big debate about it?
I didn't.
And you would rather sign Cherki. I don't get it. But you want to debate about something that you agree with.
But can we say one thing? Can we say one thing? Conclude this all. Yeah, to conclude this all. Do you know how mad it is to say like we've had this heated debate? Let's just call it like that. Yeah, or should I just say everyone talking over each other debate?
That's what I bring. You know.
Yeah. But for me, it's like, do you know how mad it sounds to say that you're getting Wirtz, one's got Cherki and one's got Palmer, bro? We get to see it live and we can have this actual, it's going to happen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Premier League is getting mad stars, bro. Mad stars.
You know what's gonna happen?
And that's the best thing about this. Am I being a little bit too sneaky? Like, while saying
you're right.
But it's mad, isn't it?
It gets to be proved, and the proof is going to be Palmer's not going to get overshadowed. Watch.
I think they'll all be good for. I think every single one will have each club.
I don't think me and George said that. George, did you say Palmer's going to get overshadowed?
Never said that once. I said that at a very similar level, but clearly D lacks comprehension and understanding.
Well, Palmer's going to get more goals than all of them, obviously.
No, it's just fine. D obviously told us to get to the point, but didn't want to actually listen to any of the points we make.
Different kind of player. Let me just do these. There is no proof that Palmer can lead the line in a winning team. There is zero proof, is what Gregory's saying.
I thought all trophies matter. They won the Conference Cup. I thought all trophies are trophies, innit? So
Hook Gal, Lee Gal, and now D Gal. These men are infested with that Asnaf DNA. Man's arguing for the Saka of it. Oh, I see what you're doing there. By the way, Eid Mubarak to you as well. And the community. Adam Francis says, Mont, do you know that Wirtz has only 1 goal since January? Do you want to also know that half of them are against Freiburg? Love. D, is Zubi coming to Arsenal or what? Yeah, he is. I think he came out today. That is still on track. Like nothing's changed.
I've got no idea. If you actually follow what I say, I'm one of those guys that don't start celebrating signings until they come. So
what? You're not an ITK?
You celebrate Rodrygo if he came.
Oh, you two still going? You two still beefing?
Would you celebrate Rodrygo if he came?
What do you mean? If he came? Yeah. Did you hear the question? Did you hear what the guy said? He said, "Is Zubimendi coming on?"
Are they still at it?
It's
Get a room. Oi, D,
I think DT's still having issues understanding. That's all it is.
D, let me ask you a question though, because I heard the most insane statement last night on Big Six Bants. Yeah. Right. One of the Arsenal representatives said that if Arsenal get Rodrygo, everyone else, City, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Rodrygo and Sesko. He said Rodrygo and Sesko.
No. It started off with just Rodrygo, bro. Like there don't need to be more context. It started off with Rodrygo when the statement was that if Arsenal get Rodrygo, every other team might as well just throw the towel in because the league is done.
Yeah, that sounds like Kiz said that.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm just saying.
Kiz comes out and says stuff like that.
Kiz, man. I feel sorry for Casey because
I just messaged Monty.
That don't make sense.
I'll be real. Casey has his moments as well. Trust me, he's just that.
Yeah, I know he does, but Kiz has.
Kiz is ultimate delusion, Arteta sexual.
This is not like look. When Liverpool get Wirtz, Liverpool are champions. When they get Wirtz, it's like fucking hell. This season's going to be tough, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal, who are not champions yet, go and get a player, and everyone else should throw the towel in. It's mad.
It's just gas, isn't it? I blame Arsenal for D's unruly behaviour today. I, as an Arsenal fan, man needs a signing announced soon to let off all that anger. Rumours aren't enough. Big up D, man.
Yeah, you know what I bring to this is what you know what I bring to Friday's show, man. I bring the chaos, bro. You should know that, bro. What do you think is gonna happen if I'm in?
Mons and Gio, how many? Who's Gio?
Don't know.
How many have you watched Cherki? How many games? Probably.
Oh, 8 maybe.
Who's gonna tell him?
Yeah, Mons loves
Cherki. He's been screaming Cherki for a minute.
And the last thing, by the way, is that it's still not on 500 likes, man. Them and girl them and PS5 HDMI them. Like honestly, please and Brocks, all of that. Yeah, please, whatever you identify with, there's a like button. I identify with the like button. We identify with the like button. So
yeah, you know in the comments cussing, but you don't want to like the video, bro. What's going on?
Pure entertainment. This is pure
entertainment. What else would you want everyone to have the same opinion online and say, guess what? Yeah, you're right, Mons. Yeah, Mons, come on, man. This is what football's about, man. There's no difference if you got
your player's so good. No, your player's so good. No, your
player's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Liverpool, well done, Liverpool, well done. Nah, fuck them.
Guys, look what he said following the super chat. Guys, look what he said.
More than a Friday, 12 o'clock.
That one.
The JJ guy. Look what his following comment was.
Following comment.
This is what we come in for, man. This is what the whole point of us on Friday on Never a Foul. This is what Never a Foul is. Entertainment, bro.
Mons and Joe.
One.
He's added you. He thinks your name's George.
Who's George?
Oh, he means George.
Oh, George. Oh, yeah, we call him Gio from now on. His name's Gio.
His name's George, isn't it?
George.
Yeah,
George. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. He looks like the least George I've ever seen.
Yeah, but George is hilarious though.
George's eyebrow, like I've never seen a mixed race guy called George.
Black people with George. I don't think you know. One second, are they smashing? What's the likes on?
407. That's shit.
Yeah, I won't even. I'm not even gonna answer. I'm not even gonna answer.
If your likes don't go up,
I've all been here for an hour, man. Them can't get to 500 likes.
Yeah, they're on some jolting. You lot like entertainment. You know what I do? I let them cuss me and everything. I don't get emotional with them. They're all cussing me in the chat, and they don't even like the video, bro. This is entertainment Friday.
Do like George.
Do like George.
I am. My stomach's hurt.
The first George to wear a do-rag.
Jurag Diaries.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna talk about apparently Man United. That do you not rate that? I don't know. You might know better than me. Nico Shori.
No.
Yeah, no. Is he washed?
You washed.
Because he broke the Leao buying stuff recently and the other one, and I thought, okay, I don't know
about
him.
What did he say? What did he say?
He'll break it 3-4 weeks.
No, he said that because the fact is him, and I ain't seen it from nobody else. Apparently, Man United's open talks with GYOKERES, but he's not the first one to say it. And I was like, cool. Maybe it's just over personal terms, which you can do with pretty much anyone. But Man United land GYOKERES, yeah. I'm coming absolutely shameless.
That's a major difference.
I'm becoming the most shameless.
Hold on, did Cass just say he's becoming the most shameless?
Yeah, the shameless. I'll become the shameless.
You already are. You're there.
Yeah, I might be already there.
You're there, bro.
The cup of tea videos might return. If this one,
it's a couple of clever signings. That you look. Where's Ahmed playing though?
Right wing back, like before.
Nah, that's terrible.
I don't know why you're laughing at that.
No, because man, are all telling me Ahmad's one of the best. He's one of the best.
He's the best. He's the
best. Now he has to play right wing back because he's not good enough to play in his actual position. I'm sorry. It's terrible, D. It's terrible.
What do you mean? He's been playing there. What are we doing?
No, he hasn't.
Not in the big games.
He's made it a 10 a couple times. Mason Mount.
No, Kaz, you've been screaming Ahmad is one of the main 10s and that. Don't go on now. You're talking about
that. Are we saying Ahmad is now a utility player?
Definitely.
I think he's
playing right wing back. Definitely.
Yeah, but he's playing attacking right wing back. I don't think he is.
Terrible.
How about he can't be that good. If he's the player that's been sacrificed.
I see 3 James Milner soon.
How about this then? My wing back and my latest right winger that's going to come into club starts for your club, Jules. Love. So
yeah, they would. Yeah,
exactly. They peaked then, isn't it?
That's fine.
It's mad.
What we say?
But I haven't signed no new wingers yet.
Levels.
Ivory Coast Zinchenko soon.
That's
Now,
mad.
look, what I will say is Man United have made very serious signings so far. You look like if you get Mbeumo, it's going to be very good. But as we've seen with Man
clever
United,
and they're going from within the league as well. Very clever.
and this is the first time we're making clever signings from within the league. But as we've seen in the past, somehow, some way, things mess up at Manchester United. So I wouldn't be surprised.
So you're judging the new regime. So other teams are allowed.
No, I've said that I respect it, but I wouldn't be surprised. You can't. You've got the way you got.
Why would you be surprised?
The way you got to see it like this. Until
finish 15, but yet made more money on revenues.
Proven. Until we are, because see, like you want to do that. New regime, things have changed.
Yeah, because that's how it works in business.
Right, cool.
That's how it works.
Us right first. All your years in the past 15 years of evidence I have.
Not more than you.
No, you're wrong. No, Bandit, you're wrong. You're wrong because the only thing that Man United have now is hope, and what they want to see is the Man United doing the right things. If they see them doing the right things, they're going to get excited again. So that's not true.
No, I mean over the past 10 or so years, you sign big players.
No, but these two players are clever signings. They're not just big players. They're clever signings,
and they've flopped before. So I'm not saying I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of these players.
But that's what you can say about anyone in the world.
No, I'm saying about Manchester United. It happens to Manchester United.
But those two players fit perfectly.
We were told Onana would fit perfectly because Onana plays out. He's so good on the ball in the system.
Mbeumo is clearly a right 10, and Cunha is clearly a left 10. It's clearly that them two can play in those positions.
Somehow, some way, messes these players up. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but you're just saying that's just saying anything, though, isn't it? That's
yeah, you're just saying it for.
That's just like me saying.
Yeah, you're just saying it.
I'm just saying anything when I said they're good. Because I said that I respect. I put a video out this morning saying that I respect it. That's what Cass said earlier. I said they're good signings. By the same time, we have to take into consideration what Man United is.
A little bit of Joel Salt. Don't go. Hear it. Aju says Liverpool going to depend on Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk again next season. What they are, they're big players. Wirtz, Frimpong, and GYOKERES good addition. But look at City's squad. The whole 11 is young for next 5 years. I mean, Wirtz, Frimpong, and GYOKERES are also very young. The next
start of that's mad to say that you're going to say
21 and 22.
But to say that I'm sorry to say that you're going to rely on your spine is a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
I mean, listen, if I had a spine of Alisson, Van Dijk, and Salah, I'd be probably relying on them as well.
I know they're not 30 odd, but you still got Rodri, Edison.
And let's be real, this season we ended the season relying on fucking Gundogan and fucking Bernardo Silva.
Yeah. Anyways, people, make sure you smash the likes if you haven't done so yet. Everyone's channels are literally in the purple bar. You could screenshot your phones or your computers or your devices right now, or go on your phones, take a picture if you want, if you're on your TVs. You got Do-Rag Diaries running up lots of content. You got FamZone TV as well. We already know what's happening tonight on there. And then obviously we got Monts on Big Six Bands on the road to 20. This is going to get redirected over to Daps' channel. We are the South Stand, so people can show love. You might not want to hear Man City news, but guess what you can do?
Troll. You
can troll, and also you can just like the video. You can quickly like the video.
Like the video. Just like the video. Spam 115. Rattle me a bit more. Pause.
Whoa.